Hi, sweetheart.
Yay,
My
Pooja,
darling.
how are you?
I'm all right. Busy, busy, busy. Don't have time to
Busy.
breathe.
कुछ ज्यादा ही लाइफ बिजी है आपकी वैसे.
क्या बताऊं, ये कम्युनिटी और रियलिटी शो में मेरी जान निकल रही है. But what to do? I want to do it and I want to do it well. So I'm working
क्या
hard
बात
towards
है.
it.
Fantastic. पूजा मिश्रा, massive name, बड़ा बड़ा नाम है रियलिटी शो की दुनिया में. जिंदगी कैसे चल रही है आपकी? How's life?
Life is okay. The past 10 days, I was sleeping at 5 in the morning because I'm doing so many workshops. I'm in the middle of so many Zoom calls. I really don't have any time for my family. I don't even have time to eat food. So my mother said, "Bas, bahut ho gaya. Just take it easy now." So yesterday I gone and slept at the proper time. Otherwise, it's been really crazy. But it's okay. I'm getting along, trudging along.
That's good, that's good. बड़ी अच्छी बात है कि बिजी बंदे को होना चाहिए क्योंकि लॉकडाउन में काफी लोगों की जिंदगी भी चेंज हो गई. I mean, life has changed for many people. I mean, how's life been with you during lockdown?
Lockdown actually was good also and bad also. Good in the sense that, when you're at home, you start doing a lot of things which previously you didn't have the time to do. So, मैंने एक ये series शुरू की Instagram पे, a walk in my garden. I have a beautiful garden, right?
Wow,
but I used to never find the time to explore it. That which are the flowers there, which are the plants there, which are the herbs there. But lockdown की वजह से I started spending time in the garden, drinking my tea and coffee there, and started exploring and came up with the idea to make this show. And everybody's loved it. It's a small little Instagram reel series that I do. But everybody's loved it, and even I enjoy doing it, because it's informative also. It's close to nature, so it's relaxing, calming, and healing. So I really credit that to the lockdown. क्योंकि अगर लॉकडाउन नहीं होता तो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं होता है सब करने का.
And lockdown के साथ, I think it's given an opportunity for people to explore their own life in a way,
Yes, 100%, that's true. And the bad parts about lockdown is that it's frustrating sitting at home. It's been almost 2 years. I've just been at home making content, doing things which I'm passionate about. And that's the sad part, that you can't move. I love traveling. I've got wanderlust, but I can't travel. I've not been traveling from the past 2 years. So that's the flip side of the lockdown, the bad part.
क्या बात है. वैसे पूजा, there's many things have happened in your life क्योंकि काफी आपकी जिंदगी में there's been controversies. You've been a name in the media, especially with that broomstick meme. I mean, the most famous internationally viral meme, right? अब मुझे ये बताएं कि लॉकडाउन के दौरान आपने कोई ब्रूमस्टिक तोड़ा या बस वो बिग बॉस में करना था वो ड्रामा?
मैंने बस वो बिग बॉस में ही तोड़ा था. द ब्रूम वाज ब्रोकन ओनली इन बिग बॉस. पर हाँ, ब्रूम के साथ बहुत सारे वीडियोस बनाए कैमियो के लिए. कैमियो इज दिस ऐप वेयर यू गिव पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट्स for people who are your fans, for their birthdays and anniversaries and all that. So every cameo video, I have that broom with me. So people love that avatar of Pooja Misra, because they know I've been through a lot. There have been a lot of ups and downs in my life. And I don't really want to talk about it because I moved on and just let it enrich me and mold me into a bigger and better person. So people like me in that avatar with the broom, they like me all aggressive.
No, I think it's the best. It's the best. I think कोई ऐसा contestant नहीं था Big Boss में जो you can actually refer to someone. I would say Pooja without the broomstick is zero. broomstick chahiye. It has to be with Pooja.
Okay, yeah. I mean, ever since the meme went viral, Raman, actually, उससे पहले there was a social media site called Broomstick, which had appointed me as a brand ambassador. And my
wow.
God, there was so much of jealousy and envy because of that. My competitors kept on calling the brand manager and kept on offering everything from sex to going to the house and cooking to whatnot to remove me from the endorsement and place themselves there. So, I've seen such ugly competition here. It's unimaginable.
I'm surprised. I'm
And
actually surprised, Pooja. It's very surprising, Pooja, you're mentioning this because आपके नाम पे merchandises बने हैं, on the meme and everything, and people have been, producing merchandises, using your picture, your quote, and everything, but not actually giving you any credit, which is quite a bit of a, I mean, tell us a bit about that side of things as well.
Now that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. That's like too much of, materialistic crabs around. What else can I say? Because the meme has gone viral recently, 6 months to 1 year back, and it is huge. And everybody is making money on it. It's original content. It's my IP, intellectual property, so to say. And they all are using it, making memes out of it, earning money on it, and credit to bhul jao, they should be paying me royalties for it, They're not even doing that. It was heartbreaking, completely heartbreaking. And it was not until recently that I collaborated with Frankly Wearing. That's quite a good brand here in India. And I launched my official merchandise. And you designed the t-shirts and we developed that. I was on fire. You're amazing. Wow. Both of us together are like amazing. I feel we work so well together.
जितने भी देख रहे हैं ना इस वक्त, क्योंकि मैंने ग्रांड इंडस्ट्री आपके लिए ना इंट्रोडक्शन करनी थी मैंने, पर सब जानते हैं पूजा मिश्रा कौन है, so you don't need any introduction, right? But I would say कि पूजा मिश्रा के जितने भी तमाम दुनिया में पुजारी बैठे हैं ना आपके मीम के, right? I think the merchandise idea has been a solid idea. I mean, concept बड़ा is interesting.
Yeah, the meme, you're talking about the meme, right?
The meme, yeah.
So basically, let me tell you the story behind it. So there was a lot of provocation happening in the Big Boss's house when that fight took place. So I wanted to basically cook some food, but they just would not let me inside the kitchen. All these girls, a bunch of them. So I literally went and told Amar and Lakshmi, who were my friends in the house, that please, I want to make a sandwich. Can you just tell them to let me go to the kitchen and do so? So Amar and Lakshmi went and told these girls, Mandeep, Shanali, Vida, Rageshwari, they all were there, that please let Pooja make a sandwich. So they said, oh, tell her to come after 15 minutes. Like they were bullying me and ostracizing me like it's nobody's business. So I waited patiently. I patiently waited my turn, okay? And then after 15 minutes, I was let inside the kitchen. And after making my sandwich, I was just mopping the floor. And then they kept on coming near me and insinuating me, provoking me. Uttejit kare the mujhe ye log milke, but passing these indirect, insinuating comments and feelers. And then after a point, I said, that's it. I can't take it anymore. You guys are like really, really cornering me here. Something is going to break. So I kicked the dustbin and I broke the broom. And many people say it was because of this fight that they didn't let you get into, being the winner on the show. So be it. Karmic completion, my love. Karmic completion. A decade after that fight was filmed on the sets of Big Boss, it's gone viral and people have loved it even after 10 years. And people are appreciating me for who I am. That's the biggest thing. Otherwise, I've always been trashed by the media, like for no fault of mine other than insecurities of rivals, And it was too bogging down the way Indian media treated me all this while. Very, very temperamental, clannish, and derogatory for no fault of mine. I've always been polite. I've always been kind to everybody. And they even extorted me, Indian media, let me tell you, they've extorted me many a times.
Was it
And
Pooja? You're mentioning around.
hold on,
You're mentioning about Indian.
Let me finish
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then this meme happened, and ever since this meme has happened, people have started loving Pooja Misra for who she is. So I mean, it takes so long for people to accept me for who I am, you know. And jo ho gaya so ho gaya. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk, but it feels good that finally it's all sorting out and getting together.
Fantastic. Because, like you mentioned, Indian media, aapne mentioned kiya. I mean, you've been a victim of cyberbullying as well, like where your social media platforms have been suspended. Since I've got to know you, मैं कल 2 हफ्ते पहले आपका LinkedIn का भी अकाउंट में हुआ था कुछ चक्कर.
जी हाँ, मेरा लिंक्डइन का अकाउंट डिलीट कर दिया था और मैं बिल्कुल परेशान होकर मैंने आपको मैसेज किया, you know, that what do I do, Raman? What are they doing? And then you saw, after I was so bogged down that night, I cried for 2 hours. You know why? Because I took a proper course, a proper workshop to learn how to make a LinkedIn account. I didn't know it. I'm not a LinkedIn girl. I'm an Insta girl or a Twitter girl, you know. So इतनी मेहनत करके मैंने वो प्रोफाइल बनाई थी, and overnight it just vanishes, and it's very heartbreaking. Yeah, why are you spoiling somebody's hard work? I don't go and, you know, spoil anybody's hard work. Then you've got no right to do that to me. But then finally I cried and I cried and I cried myself to sleep that night. And then eventually, after around a couple of days, I saw that the LinkedIn account was reactivated. I shared the link with you also.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's very emotionally draining, and it takes a toll on your mental health. You know what I'm saying, Raman? And
absolutely.
already the profession that we are in, it is so time consuming, it is so competitive, it is so draining as it is. I don't need these extra instances happening to me which drain me further, because it takes a toll on my health. Don't I deserve to be happy as everybody else? I work 100% harder than everybody else. Then why can't I be as happy as them? I want to know that.
Maybe it could be you're a threat to some people.
What's that?
Maybe you might be a threat to some people. काफी कैसे कह सकते हैं, जैसे कईयों के लिए.
People trying to control me. I think it's a game of control, Raman. It's a game of control. Why are you trying to control me? I just wanna, you know, and somebody told me that, Pooja, you're starting a reality show. You get onto LinkedIn, the sponsors, the broadcast partners, everything is on LinkedIn. It's not on Insta, it's not on Twitter. So I actually, you know, like a disciplined, diligent person, I took a freaking workshop for 1 week to understand what LinkedIn is. And then I created a profile in tandem with what I learned. And then they just drop it on me one day that your profile has vanished. How would you feel?
That is, you know, it's very bizarre, because when it happens to someone where you put all that time, effort, itna apne time lagaya, apne account banaya, and suddenly out of the blue it vanishes. You can't search yourself on there, you can't log in on there. It is frustrating, काफी frustrating है, because you're a public figure. लोग आपको जानते हैं on media, people know you and you're a public figure, and it is heartbreaking to go through that kind of phase जहाँ आपके accounts suspend हो रहे हैं, your accounts are getting hacked. There's some accounts on there जो आपके account है ही नहीं. You know, कई लोगों ने बनाया है, like pages बनाए हैं, but you're not actually controlling, you got no access to it.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I've lost access to my YouTube channel also. You know, I built that channel. It took me 5 to 7 years to build that Pooja Misra production channel. I wanted to monetize it. They wouldn't let me initiate the monetizing. I tried very hard. नहीं करने दिया. फिर eventually मेरा account hack करके रखा हुआ है. मेरी पुरानी podcast को private कर दिया है. I don't understand. What is this? Yeah, just leave me the hell alone. I'm a different person today. I'm not going to take any memes. I'm not going to gesticulate at anybody. But you also please maintain some dignity and grace and bow out and stop trying to control me. because I'm not hurting anybody here. I'm just working hard. My only commitment is my goal, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why let's come to the community, because I have faced so many roadblocks and so many mind psychs that I have decided to give a platform to aspirants and newcomers in the entertainment industry to find an easy way to display their talent.
Wow.
In fact, this community that I've started called Turning Dreams into Stardom, where people of any gender, any age, any geographical location can subscribe. You know, basically what happens is that they train with me for 3 months and then they get a confirmed place on my award-winning reality show, Spare Me the Crab Mentality. And there are many acting classes. There are not many reality show boot camps, but hai do consultants. They will train you, then they will give you a list of casting directors, a list of production houses, ki jao, apne joote ghiso. You know, here we are actually giving you a platform at the end of the training, and I'm losing my sleep creating that platform for you guys. So there's a lot of hard work going on in the back end, you know. So isse achhi opportunity kahan milegi? I wish when I had started off, I had met a Pooja Misra, you know.
बिल्कुल आपने सही जो बात कह रहे हैं is true to point, क्योंकि end of the day there's a massive competition now. Bollywood industry बहुत पहले से ज्यादा change हो गई है with time, you know. और you know, in regards to the industry now, Pooja, there's a lot of changes have happened in terms of the star kids have come forward. जो पहले जो उनके माँ बाप थे इंडस्ट्री में, उनके बच्चे आगे आ गए, अब इंडस्ट्री उन्होंने डोमिनेट कर ली है. आज के टाइम में what scope is for the younger audience to step their foot in the industry? आजकल की क्या हो रहा है मुंबई में? क्या नए आर्टिस्टों को अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है आजकल या नहीं? कैसे चल रहा है मुंबई में?
It's the same, I think, because of COVID, people have become more accommodating. मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है क्योंकि so many people are dying. जहाँ जिंदगी आपकी कल चले जाए, ऐसे environment में, you know, obviously there's a lot more understanding and compassion. But you know, the thing is that it's not easy still. And definitely the star kids are given the A-lister bracket, and anybody from the outside who tries to enter the industry will not be let in. The point is they don't let you in, you know. So you have to work that much harder, and my life is an open book. Everybody knows I've had it the hard way, you know, all the trials and errors, I've learned from them. And today I think I'm a wiser person, and I'm still, you know, my intention is just to help. Because the help that I didn't get initially, which would have really helped me, I want to give to others. Today I'm wiser. Today I still am more focused, and, you know, I don't let all these irritants get the better of me. Of course, pehle main chillane lagti thi and all that. Today I get overwhelmed and I just start crying because, you know, I can't take it anymore. It's like, you guys have been doing this for over 16 years now. Can you just get a life and back off and stop treating me like a kid, you know? So that's there. But I want to give people a platform to be discovered on. जैसे पहला episode हमने जब shoot किया था, Spare Me the Crab Mentality का Delhi में, there was a girl who came in. She was just 18 years old, Nikita, and she just got nervous seeing the lights, the stage, the audience, everything, you know. So I literally sat her down and pumped her up. और मैंने उसे इतना pep talk दिया कि she was bouncing off the walls after that. And she performed so well. She gave a stellar performance. Within a week, she was selected for a Punjabi music video. And, you know, her career was taken to the next level. So that's the thing. Nobody gives you that first platform, that first break, which makes all the difference, you know, which literally is the foundation. So I'm trying to create that for newcomers and aspirants. And I want everybody to join in, those who've got dreams of being in show business, and those who don't, please do wish me well and pray for me that I can execute this great initiative well. That's it.
Absolutely. Because आज के ज़माने में, you know, at this present point, you want to give that platform to the younger audience. Because and the youth at the moment, the way I see this, I might be right or wrong, वो यूथ की जो सोच है या मेंटेलिटी कह लो is going to a different direction. They're not getting guided in their life. They're not getting the aspirations which they should be getting, for their career. So I think this is a very perfect platform what you're offering to the youth to actually who have a talent, जिनके पास talent है, उनको platform नहीं मिल रहा. I think this is a time when people like yourselves, Pooja, have to come forward and give that opportunity to new people to come forward, show their talent. क्योंकि variety चाहिए ना. एक बंदा आता है, सब उसकी कॉपी करने लगते हैं. They think that they can copy that person. बहुत सारे आर्टिस्ट भी आए हैं, सिंगर्स भी आए हैं, and people actually try and imitate them. उनका जो ड्रेसिंग सेंस है, उनका गायकी का तरीका भी है, वो भी कॉपी करते हैं. कहने का मतलब कि ओरिजिनल चीज नहीं हो रही आजकल.
हाँ, वो तो है ही. वो सब it's all a part of the game that they don't want you to establish yourself. तो फिर वो कॉपी करते हैं, आपको कमेंट कर देते हैं. बहुत उससे दुख होता है क्योंकि हम लोग इतनी मेहनत करते हैं अपने आप को यूनिक और ओरिजिनल रखने के लिए. There's a lot of homework, research that goes in the back end. It's not easy. Absolutely. And somebody just goes and copies all your hard work and makes a bigger statement. मेरे साथ तो ये सब इतना हुआ है कि आप पूछो मत. It's like devastating. But I don't let it get the better of me. Today I'm in my own space. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. And if anybody is going to cross paths with me, I'm not going to spare them. That is for sure. And people love that side of me. That Pooja will not spare you if you walk all over. But at the same time, I'm not spoiling for a fight with anybody. मेरे को किसी से झगड़े करने का टाइम ही नहीं. मैं इतनी बिजी हूँ. I don't have time to breathe. So where will I go spoiling for a fight? That's that.
वैसे पूजा, अगर देखा जाए बिग बॉस के बाद में जो भी हुआ, and now where you are now, जिंदगी और दुनिया जो आसपास आपकी दुनिया है, उसको देखने का नजरिया भी आपका कुछ चेंज हुआ है? Do you think that with time your way of thinking the world around you has changed?
100%. My outlook to the world has changed 100%. Because previously, I was a very angry person. Because I could never come to terms with the nepotism. I could never come to terms with it. I was a very angry person, bitter person. But today I'm calm. I don't care. I know what are my priorities. I know what are my goals. And I just chase them. I don't have time to chase anybody anymore. Especially not the negative energy people, And the ones who love me and the ones who like my vibe and want to be my tribe will be attracted to me on their own. So I have changed a lot. And I'm much happier, more matured, calmer, and more focused now. And I don't let trivial things get to me, which I used to earlier. I used to be very reactive. I used to react to everything. I don't have time to react. I'm so freaking busy. I don't have time to eat my food. Where would I have time to react?
वैसे मैं एक बात में थोड़ा कॉमेडी भी चाहिए यार, कोई हंसी मजाक भी चाहिए. वैसे बचपन की बातें कुछ बताएं. अभी चाइल्डहुड डेज पूजा, आई मीन बचपन में काफी तोड़ा फोड़ी करते थे आप, लाइक ब्रूमस्टिक तोड़ना या बर्तन तोड़ने. बचपन का मुझे थोड़ा सा बताइए. व्हाट वाज पूजा मिश्रा इन द चाइल्डहुड डेज?
नहीं, पर ये ब्रूम मेरे साथ बचपन से है. मैं आपको बताती हूँ कैसे.
मैं ऐसे हैरान हूँ कि आप आम आदमी पार्टी में क्यों नहीं ज्वाइन हुए आपने?
हाँ,
मैंने पूछा कि आम आदमी पार्टी की मेंबर क्यों नहीं बने आप? मुझे ये बताएं. झाड़ू के आपके पास है?
ब्रूम से अटैचमेंट है. Actually, the thing is that when I was in school, we used to have cleaning duty. Cleaning duty माने कि जब स्कूल खत्म हो जाता था तो 2 बच्चे, 1 boy, 1 girl, I used to study in a co-ed school, उन्हें क्लासरूम को ब्रूम करना पड़ता था. And they have to go back home on their own because it's the cleaning duty of the of the month. तो जब मेरी क्लीनिंग ड्यूटी होती थी, लड़के के साथ होती थी, वो लड़का अपनी स्पेस ब्रूम नहीं करता था और मुझे उसका सारा काम करना पड़ता था. So there was a time. Here, just hear me out. I warned him. I said, ये अब नहीं चलेगा. I'm tired of doing your work for you. अब आप अपना काम खुद करना सीखिए. Then one day, I mean, again, he was doing the same thing. He'll just, act as if he's brooming, and he was all set with his bag to buzz off. So I grabbed hold of his bag, I pushed him on the floor, I sat over him, and I took that broom and I slammed him.
Oh my God! ये एक्सक्लूसिव हो गया, इन्होंने बता दिया है कि ये बचपन में बहुत खतरनाक थी, ये महा खतरनाक औरत बचपन में थी पूजा मिश्रा। वाह, क्या बात है,
मेरे साथ है।
माय गॉड, मैं हैरान हूं कि यार इतने आर्टिस्ट, इतने बॉलीवुड एक्टर्स, पॉलिटिशियन बन गए हैं, क्या अरविंद केजरीवाल को पूजा मिश्रा नहीं दिखी कि भाई इसको झाड़ू दे, ये घुमाएगी झाड़ू। वैसे पूजा, मुझे एक बात बताइए, अब बिग बॉस के पहले जब आप मॉडल थी, यू वाज अ वीजे, यू वर इन द मीडिया ऑलरेडी एट द टाइम, what was your going in your head at the time जब बिग बॉस आपने एंटर किया? दिमाग में, माइंड में क्या चल रहा था उस वक्त? क्योंकि एंड डे जो बंदा बिग बॉस जैसे रियलिटी शो में जाता है, उसका पहला चीज होता है कि यार आफ्टर बिग बॉस हमने स्टार बन जाना है, we're going to become superstars, because प्लेटफॉर्म ही ऐसा है वो, लाइफ बदल जाती है बंदे की। But your life's been very strange, I would say. It's been full of excitement, entertainment, emotions, everything. Big Boss के जाने से पहले, what was in your mind at the time?
Actually, I participated in a reality show before that called Big Switch, right? And in that reality show, I worked really hard. We had very exhausting physical tasks every day. In fact, I'd even torn my ligament, and I'd taken a lot of injections. And I hate the needle, by the way. I hate injections. I just can't stand it. So I took innumerable injections. My feet were piled up on pillows. And I went through a bad patch. And then in the grand finale, irrespective of me having won all the tasks, they declared me as a runners-up. So I'm not the kind of a girl who'd settle. Because, I've been a sports captain in my school. I've always been a sports girl. And the thing about sport mentality is that when we do the tasks, when we are doing what we are told, in the reality show, we do it so full-heartedly that we push ourselves beyond our limits. जब मेहनत करते हैं तो इतनी मेहनत कर बैठते हैं जो कोई इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकता, हेल्थ की परवाह ना करके, दूसरों की परवाह ना करके, जैसे अपनी जान लगा देना, जान लगा के मेहनत करते हैं। स्पोर्ट्स मेंटालिटी वही होती है, इट्स डू और डाई, इट्स डू और डाई।
यस, बिल्कुल आई एग्री।
उस शो में सारी टास्क जीती, फिर पॉलिटिक्स और राइवलरी की वजह से आपने मुझे रनर्स अप बना दिया, तो I'm not going to tolerate it. See, above fame and wealth is health. And if I'm putting my health at stake for your freaking reality show, you don't make me the first runners up, because I'm not going to take it. I'm not the kind of a girl who settles, right? So I walked out. I walked out of the grand finale, and you won't believe it, Raman. इतने सारे बड़े टीवी प्रोड्यूसर्स, इंटरनेशनल शो मेकर्स अभी तक मुझे मैसेज करते हैं, बोलते हैं पूजा, you're a rock star. We look up to you. That you didn't take it. When they were, putting you in a bottle, when they were making you small and, shrinking you, you walked out. And that's called having conviction, knowing your worth, And I did it. And the people who understand appreciate me. And probably Endomall, the production house also did, because Big Switch में सब बोलते हैं पूजा आप ही को देखने के लिए हम वो शो देखते थे। I mean, so Endomall called me back after I think 1 or 2 years for Big Boss. अब Big Switch में इतना manipulation और politics हुआ था कि जब Endomall ने मेरे को Big Boss के लिए बुलाया, I just said no. I said I don't want to do any more reality shows. It's too negative. It's too freaking unpredictable and political. मुझे नहीं पढ़ना है सब फिर से, right? And then almost for a month, I'd refused and forgotten about it. Then I met my friend Tanuj Garg, who at that time was the CEO of Balaji, who I've almost lost touch with currently. But he was in school with me, So I told him that Big Boss, they had approached me to be a part of Big Boss. He said, why didn't you take it up? I said, because I don't want to do reality television anymore. It's too much, it's just too much. So he says, just do it. And then he totally brainwashed me. And I literally, told them, yes, that, okay, I'll do it. Then I signed the contract and I went for the shopping escapade all over Southeast Asia. I picked up the best dresses, everything. I was quite excited, because I didn't know what was in store for me. And I walked into a trap, But तभी एक चीज है रमन, इतना मुझे टारगेट किया गया, अकेले करके मुझे इतना परेशान किया गया. But I'm a creative person and I do have talent. I'm sorry on the doubt of sounding immodest. अगर talent नहीं होता, creativity नहीं होती, then I wouldn't have done that whole Joker get-up. Do you remember when I dressed up like Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That made me the butt of all the jokes. So I'd written it on my t-shirt, Joker, pun intended. So, I've always been a creative person. So I didn't let the negativity become a hindrance to my creative juices flowing. And probably
वैसे एक चीज है पूजा, वैसे मैं mention करना चाहता हूँ. I think with that is the challenges you faced. I think you become more stronger.
100%.
Definitely. जो भी आपने उस दौरान बिग बॉस के बाद में जो भी बहुत सारा कुछ हुआ, it's all on YouTube. सब देखते हैं, सबको पता है क्या हुआ आपके साथ. But I think with time you kind of healed and you've become more stronger.
100%. I always say that Big Boss was an eye-opener for me. I always look back in retrospect with gratitude, because I am a grateful person. And I just feel that Big Boss really taught me a lot of things besides household chores, bartan dhona, katka marna. ये सब मुझे कभी आता नहीं था. मैं कभी ये सब नहीं किया अपनी जिंदगी में. But I learned. And today in the lockdown, I was helping my mother, doing things when no staff was allowed, and there were strict protocols by the government. So, pehla to wo. Secondly, it also opened my eyes to people's psychology. Why do people backbite? Why do people get so insinuating? The games, the politics. So I walked out more street smart. That's for sure. And wo hai Big Boss ke bare mein. Whosoever enters that house walks out a transformed person. Because the environment is so tough. I mean, it's not an easy show.
It's not easy.
Makeup लगा के अच्छे कपड़े पहन के थोड़ा सा ड्रामा करना है कैमरे के लिए. It's not that. It can get.
वैसे पूजा बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बातें हो रही हैं अभी जो देख भी रहे हैं, उनका भी बहुत थैंक यू है. वैसे आप टाइम निकाल के देख रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब मुझे याद है जब शिल्पा शेट्टी यूके के बिग ब्रदर में एंटर हुई थी एज ए कंटेस्टेंट, it was a completely different environment because you're surrounded with English people, you're in a British television channel, She faced a lot of racism in there. She was being bullied. काफी ऐसे मोड़ थे उनके that she was actually cornered. क्योंकि उनको मालूम नहीं था कि शिल्पा शेट्टी का रुतबा क्या है इंडस्ट्री में, बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री में कितने सालों से she's been in the industry. And, she's got a massive following globally. And she faced a lot of racism in that show.
Yes, she did. I know she did. That's why when she won, everybody was so happy and applauding for her. Because even she had a hard time. And then look, she got married after that. And she's such a happy, sorted person. So it all worked out in her favor. And, somehow it took 10 years. But because eventually did work out in my favor, because this viral meme is humongous. It has got me so much of fans and followers from overseas. And even in our very own India, it's a different thing that I'm not so much in the media. I'm not like that crazy about seeing myself all over. I'm too busy creating content daily than, giving interviews for the media and making sure my image is right. Because my image has been murdered a million times, but I'm still here. And people are still getting to know how multidimensional Pooja Misra can be. So that's a blessing, and I'm grateful for whatever happened. And I just, look back in a positive way, because life is short, Raman. We're not going to be living forever. Life is a journey. Death is the destination eventually for all of us. So it's how you mold your thinking. Think in such a way that you enjoy every day spent. Love those who love you and forget about the ones who hate you, because the ones who love you will help you tackle the ones who hate you. So I just take it all with a pinch of salt.
वैसे पूजा आपके followers बहुत हैं, your followers are very loyal to you,
Yes.
They look at you as an inspiration.
Yes.
Who's Pooja Misra's inspiration? I mean, who do you look up? क्योंकि अब बातचीत हो रही है, I can see the spiritual side of Pooja here, because काफी आप it looks like you read a lot of books, literature, काफी आप किताबें पढ़ती होंगी. Who do you look up as your inspiration?
Well, actually, there are quite a couple of people who've come into my life who have inspired me, and they walked out. So I can't really pinpoint one person. There are a lot of people who inspired me from Bollywood, from Hollywood, and today I'm getting the opportunity to bow down and say thank you to them. But of late, I've really not been watching any movies or any web series because I've been so busy creating content and writing articles for the magazines that I contribute to every month. So and now this reality show in the community. So I think of late it has been nature, because when I go and sit in my garden and I hear the birds chirp and I see the trees sway, the lush green trees, and I see the beautiful blossomed flowers, it's very calming. It's very inspiring because it totally relaxes you and new ideas hit you like a sledgehammer, So I think nature is definitely an inspiration currently.
Wow. Well, I mean, mentioning Pooja as well, because जैसे ये जून का महीना गया है, you've been a core supporter of the Pride Month. So, I mean, tell us a bit that side of things. क्या आपके mind में आया था to support that kind of that's because I see them as a small community, क्योंकि वो जितने भी all the people who are from that community, they get treated different in society. उनको कभी एक normal human being की तरह उनको treat नहीं किया जाता. What came in your mind to actually support them? ये भी मुझे बताएं आप.
Well, actually, I agree with you that the LGBTQ community doesn't get its due, and especially in India, they're still trampled over, ignored, and called desperate. And at some grassroots level, I can relate to that non-acceptance. Like I was telling you, even I wasn't accepted for the longest time, So I could relate to them. But the love that they've bestowed on me, ever since the meme went viral, I've got like bisexual fans from Paris. I've got transsexual fans from Canada. I've got gay fans from Lucknow. So it's all over the world, the gay community, the queer community, so to say, the LGBTQ community has given me so much of love and so much of support, and appreciation that somewhere they've made me feel very warm and fuzzy. And I felt that it's their month, the Pride month, the month of June, and I should give back, So that's how I started the inclusivity campaign, where I've seek acceptance for the LGBTQ community, especially the ones in India, because abroad and in the West, they still have more equality than they have in India,
Absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely.
So I made these 3 videos. The first one was talking about what does Pride mean to them. And then the second one was the most difficult out of the trilogy, which was coming out stories, because nobody wanted to accept their coming out story on camera because they were apprehensive. What will their parents say, and what will their friends say, and what will their work colleagues say? But eventually I got some courageous few to feature in that video. And then the third and the last one was about the Pride flag, which is this total symbol for the LGBTQ community's freedom and flamboyance. So
Absolutely.
I asked them what it meant to them and which color on the Pride flag did they resonate with the most, because each color signifies a certain emotion, a certain, feeling. So it went off really well. People have appreciated it, and they've said that thank you, Pooja, for doing this. And I was like, this is the least I could do. I'm just giving back all the love you guys have showered me with, you know. So that was the inclusivity campaign.
But say, Pooja, I mean, you're talking about this community. I mean, like you mentioned, the Western world accept them, you know, because they're part of society. It's a normal thing for कई लोगों के लिए एक normal चीज है बाहर की दुनिया में. अगर इंडिया की बात करें, like you said, इंडिया में अभी भी is not accepted as a normal thing in society. आपको लगता है कि it's got to do with religion या धर्म के related हो कि भाई, you know, हम शास्त्रों में ये लिखा है, धर्म में ये लिखा है, this is totally against religion. Do you think they kind of dominated the religious thing onto this whole subject?
Well, actually, Raman, I feel that in India, people are very conservative in their thinking, and there's still a lot of dogma around the LGBTQ community. You know, the prejudices, they've got like a lot of prejudices, and क्योंकि majority old school हैं अपनी thinking में, यहाँ की population, they're not ready to accept the sexual orientation of the LGBTQ community, you know. So that's where the friction is. The friction is in non-acceptance. And that's why I've hashtag grant acceptance. Accept them for who they are, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's where it's at. That's where this, the whole, you know, bottleneck is right there. That they won't treat them as equal.
Absolutely. वैसे Pooja, what's your views on destiny? क्योंकि end of the day जो ये community है, उनकी किस्मत है, उनकी destiny है that they're in this kind of whole kind of gender or whatever in the community, right? Now, I always look at this कि अगर कोई बंदा, कोई इंसान उस community के साथ ताल्लुक रखता है, rather than making their life hell, isn't it more easier to accept who they are?
100%. The beauty, the solution, everything just lies
we can't change them. Yeah, because we can't technically, क्योंकि जो भी देख रहे हैं हमें भी, क्योंकि बड़े एक ये हमारी society का वे अहम किरदार निभा रहे हैं, वो अपना जो भी है उनका. But we can't really take the right, or we can't actually take the authority to force them, you know, to change themselves. Jo hai, you know, you can't do nothing, you know, unko jo hai, you can accept it, you know.
That's the thing, you know, so many gay friends of mine have told me, you know, my father is forcing me to have these tablets by a psychiatrist. He's put me in a rehabilitation center. They give me injections. I'm like a dead body. My brain has become numb because he can't accept the fact that I'm gay, you know. And I've got this from somebody who was interning with my production house, you know. And that's how he stopped working with me, because his family was putting so much of pressure on him. And they were just like really not accepting the fact that he had other, you know, preferences as far as sexuality was concerned. So it's sad. It's sad. They try to change. You can't change someone's sexual orientation. You know what I mean?
Because क्योंकि मुझे याद है कि पता नहीं कोई इंटरव्यू थी मैंने देखी quite a long time ago, and उसका बहुत बड़ा headline बना था. It was related to Baba Ramdev, जो उनका योगा है, जो भी है, right? उनका भी एक अपना किरदार है, you know, he's kind of motivated people to go do yoga. लोगों की जिंदगी भी बदल गई, you know, by doing exercises. जो खास करके हमारी Asian community, they hesitate to do exercises. You know, खाते रहते हैं पूरा दिन, हिलजुल करते नहीं है, बस बैठे रहते, you know, टीवी सीरियल देखते रहते हैं, right? और उन्होंने एक पूरी स्टेटमेंट दी थी कि भाई the people who are gay or people who are in this community, उनको बीमारी लगी है. ये कोई गे का कोई है नहीं है कोई चक्कर, ये एक बीमारी है. I was thinking, how can you say that? क्योंकि you know, end of the day कोई ऐसी चीज तो है नहीं that you can actually change them या वापस वो उसी जेंडर में आ जाएं जो they originally should be. You know, कोई ऐसी की चीज तो है ही नहीं जो we can change them.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a futile attempt. you know, and eventually, like I've said in my podcast, in my first podcast, which was dedicated to, you know, trailblazing for the LGBTQ community, like people have given me the love and the acceptance to be a public figure. So I want to use my position to support people who need it, you know. So I've said in my podcast, there was a question by a listener that I'm gay, but I'm really scared to tell my parents because they will not accept me. So I've told him that, you know, after fearlessness lies victory. And at the end of the day, parents are parents. You are still their baby, whether you're gay, whether you're hetero, whatever you are. So initially, they might get infuriated and try to change you and do freaky things. But eventually, they will come around and accept you. So you have to tell them, because if you don't speak, if you don't accept, if you don't acknowledge, they will never know. So that's why it's very important to address issues. You know, if you want a solution, you got to address them.
Wow. वैसे बड़ी you know, I sometimes think Pooja, जैसे you know, we were all this during this whole pandemic, you know, काफी बॉलीवुड स्टार्स हैं जो जिनके पास NGOs हैं, charities हैं. There's so many big stars who have formed their own charity organizations and everything. Now बहुत सालों से चलता आ रहा है कि बॉलीवुड और पॉलिटिक्स का जो आपसी जो साथ है इज बीन फ्रॉम डे वन. चाहे वो पॉलिटिक्स हो, इलेक्शंस चलती हैं, बॉलीवुड स्टार्स आ जाते हैं, उनको उनकी पार्टी को इलेक्ट करने के लिए, उनके लिए रैलीज करने के लिए आ जाते हैं. जब कोई बॉलीवुड एक्टर का कोई केस चलता है, फिर पॉलिटिक्स वहां भी आ जाती है. सो इंडिया इज ओनली इवॉल्व्ड विद पॉलिटिक्स एंड बॉलीवुड, राइट? अब देखा जाए कि जो भी ये पैंडेमिक भी हुआ, कोरोना वायरस का, इंडिया में जो क्राइसिस हुआ, ऑक्सीजन का, सब कुछ, एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू दैट, डू यू थिंक द बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री इज solely just made for themselves rather than actually circulating that money to the society? क्योंकि कलाकार, अदाकार, एक्टर सोसाइटी का भी हिस्सा होता है, समाज का हिस्सा होता है. Do you think that the Bollywood industry is solely just made for their own expenses rather than circulating the money on the hardest times for the country?
No, definitely there's corruption, yeah. There's no denying it. If there was no corruption, India would be a more progressive nation. So the politicians can be held to task for the fact that money is accumulated in certain stratas of the society. The rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, you know, and that gap is just what is killing any progress or any economic or financial freedom or independence for the people who live below the poverty line. So I just feel that if the political scene could be cleaned up and people would get more conscientious and selfless and really bother more about how much progress are they bringing to the country at large rather than to their own pockets, I think our country would be in a better place, you know, 100%.
Absolutely. क्योंकि end of the day, अगर देखा जाए पूरे वर्ल्ड में देखा जाए, I would say India is one of the nations where is full of culture, full of different people. You know, जहाँ भी जाएंगे, आप तमिलनाडु जाएंगे, you'll come across people speaking 6-7 different languages. You know, इतनी वैरायटी है इंडिया में, इतना गोल्डन कल्चर है, पर पता है क्यों लीडर अपने देश की बस वाट लगा रहे हैं पूरी तरह से?
I just feel that if only the political scene would be more, you know, people oriented rather than my own pocket oriented. You know, it's all about the money. They get into an influential post in the government and then they start minting money for themselves. But what they don't understand is we all are going to die, okay? When you're going to die, you cannot take that money with you. कफन में कोई पॉकेट नहीं होते. मेरे पापा हमेशा ये बोलते हैं, you know? तो कितना आप अपने सेल्फिशनेस और अपने पैसे बनाने में देश की प्रोग्रेस को आप सैक्रिफाइस करोगे, you know? So 100% I feel that there's a lot of unity in diversity. Like you said, there are a lot of cultures, there are a lot of languages, and there are a lot of diverse schools of thoughts and ideologies in India. And उसे unite करके एक स्ट्रॉन्ग नेशन विद एस्बेस्टोस बैकबोन, वो बनाना चाहिए हमें, रादर देन फूट पैदा करके दूसरों एक को दूसरे से लड़ा के, that's not going to work in the big picture, because in the big picture we all should be like a big team, a big family, working towards helping each other grow. And that's what I'm doing in my community, network, collaborate, grow. The focus is on growth, is on fulfilling dreams and aspirations. अगर हमारे पॉलिटिशियंस भी ऐसे सोचने लगते तो हमारा देश कहां से कहां पहुंच जाता। कब तक हमें घोड़े सब्जी बना के रखा हुआ है, ये हमारे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की वजह से ही है ना डार्लिंग। अगर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ठीक होता तो ये सब नहीं होता, वी वुड हैव प्रोग्रेस लॉन्ग बैक।
एब्सोल्युटली, एब्सोल्युटली, बिल्कुल सही बात है। जो देख रहे हैं इस वक्त बड़े एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि पूजा आपके फैन बहुत देख रहे हैं। सो मैं चाहता हूं कि कई ना सवाल भी आए हैं, मेरे ख्याल एक दो मैंने नोटिस किया था मैंने। अच्छा हाँ, मेंशन करिए, क्लब हाउस में काफी आपकी पॉपुलैरिटी हो रही है उस पे। क्लब हाउस, वाह, वो भी बताए थोड़ा सा क्लब हाउस का, क्योंकि कल भी मेरे ख्याल एक दो सेशन हुए थे उस पे। काफी इंटरेस्टिंग था वो, काफी इंटरेस्टिंग।
I go on Clubhouse after dinner, late at night, there's some interesting rooms there. मेरा एक दोस्त है एडम पाशा, उसने मेरे को काफी नेटवर्क कराया क्लब हाउस में, बिकॉज आई एम टू बिजी राइट नाउ टू रियली फाइंड टाइम फॉर क्लब हाउस। तो वो जब भी किसी रूम में जाता है मुझे पिंग करता है, तो मैं अगर टाइम है, फ्री हूं, तब उसको ज्वाइन करती हूँ। बट आई स्टार्टेड माय ओन क्लब on Clubhouse called Pooja, What is this behavior? And I'd like to tell all the people watching to please join my club. Type in the search engine Pooja, What is this behavior? And you'll come to my club. Please hit the join button. I've not even had a single room till now, but I'm starting the rooms very soon, because now मेरी सारी training और जो मैं workshops करी थी, Zoom call सब खत्म करी हूँ, and I'm focusing more on being present, So I'm going to start some very, very interesting rooms, and even we're going to have talent shows, dialogue delivery, singing. I'll give you a chance to come and showcase your talent, and if you do it well, you might just get an entry into my reality show. So please do follow Pooja, What is this behavior on Clubhouse, because the moment I'll start having rooms, you will be pinged. They'll ping you, So please abhi se hi join kar lo, because we are going to kickstart a whole lot of fun on Clubhouse from next week itself.
Fantastic. क्योंकि देखो, end of the day मैं mention करूं, because this is a platform for every single person across the globe. खाली इंडिया में नहीं है, सारी दुनिया से जो भी पूजा मिश्रा होने के फैन है ना, we need to join that. क्योंकि कल मैं थोड़ा सा मैंने सुना था, and it was very interesting the fact that कि सब लोग जो वहाँ कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन हुए हैं, अपना एक इंडिविजुअल का एक ओपिनियन दे रहे हैं आपस में. And I think that's kind of growing a lot of unity amongst people. That's a plus point of that platform. And a positive.
It's a fabulous place to meet people, also to express yourself. And the best part is it's only audio, so it's more convenient, I think. And they've kept it very exclusive. It's invites only, so it automatically filters out the riffraff. So they've tried to keep it very exclusive and elite. And people from all over the world are jumping onto the bandwagon of Clubhouse. So that's the good part, that you can, meet people from different countries, share your thoughts, get help, collaborate. Although, I mean, I've not collaborated with anybody there as yet. I've hardly had much time. But yes, I do try to go on Clubhouse at least once a day whenever I do get the time.
Wow, fantastic. No, it's great to see you back. It's great to see you that you're doing things. आप कुछ कर रही हैं, आपका अपना खुद का प्रोडक्शन हाउस भी है, आप एक काफी अच्छी सिंगर भी है साथ में, you're very good singer as well. थोड़ा ये मुझे बताएं कि आपने एक गाना रिलीज किया था काफी साल पहले, कि उसके बाद आपने कोई गाना क्यों नहीं रिलीज किया, मुझे ये बताएं आप. मैं बड़ा नाराज हूँ इस बात से कि आपने गायकी क्यों आपने छोड़ दी, मुझे ये बताएं.
एक्चुअली जब मैं एक शो बना रही थी जो दिल्ली में शूट हो रहा था, अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है, उसका जिंगल मैंने खुद गाया था, और मैंने इतना रियाज किया, इतनी मेहनत की, because I was obviously nervous. It was my first time, you know. So I was quite jittery. तो बहुत रियाज किया, बहुत मेहनत की. फिर डीजे शेजवुड ने मुझे गवाया था और वो जिंगल मेरे हैक्ड यूट्यूब चैनल पे है, पर अब मैं अपने नए यूट्यूब चैनल पे उसे बहुत ही जल्द अपलोड करूंगी और सोशल मीडिया पे भी पोस्ट करूंगी. सो गाइज प्लीज डू लिसन टू इट. इट्स कॉल्ड अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है एंड इट्स अ गुड फन वन. इट्स जस्ट अ 1 minute जिंगल. और फिर उसके बाद हॉटर देन यू आया, और हॉटर देन यू मैंने इसलिए रिलीज किया क्योंकि मुझे देखना था कि लोगों को कितना पसंद आ रहा है गाना. I wanted to understand that how much are people liking it, what is the reaction to it. तो उसीलिए मैंने सिर्फ ऑडियो रिलीज किया. But I hope to, you know, make the music video once the whole COVID situation gets a little normal, Raman. Then I hope to make a nice music video around it also, because people have loved that song. I had this lady called Caroline from New Zealand, and she works for, I think, Universal Music in New Zealand. And she's a follower, and she said, Pooja, I love Hotter Than You. It's an amazing song. And I said, oh my God, you have been listening to it. और मैं रिलीज करके भूल भी गई, पर ये लोग सुन रहे हैं उसे और पसंद कर रहे हैं. It's good to know that, you know. And बहुत ही जल्द मैं और भी म्यूजिक बनाऊंगी, because I know आप नाराज हो मुझसे. I'll make more music very soon.
That's good. क्योंकि देखो म्यूजिक का जो दौर है ना, आई थिंक स्लोली म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री इज चेंजिंग. बिकॉज पहले दौर था एल्बम्स का, यू नो, सिंगर्स यूज्ड टू रिलीज एल्बम्स, 6-7 गाने थे एल्बम्स में. फिर सिंगल का दौर आ गया कि सिंगल ने, आई थिंक एल्बम वापस आ रहा है दोबारा, क्योंकि काफी सिंगर्स हैं जो एल्बम्स लेकर आ रहे हैं अब. सो आई थिंक इट्स अ वेरी गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू रिलीज एन एल्बम नाउ.
100%. I think it's the return of the music videos. बहुत सारे लोग म्यूजिक वीडियोस बना रहे हैं, and again that whole market has kind of come back to life, you know. और मुझे भी काफी ऑफर्स आए थे इस इन 2 सालों में from artists that, you know, Pooja, be a part of our music video. But because there have been so many deaths in my family because of COVID, my mother and my brother are really paranoid to let me go, you know, from the house. So इसीलिए तो decline करना पड़ा. But definitely there's a huge market now for music videos, and I hope to be a part of it by making a couple of my own. So fingers crossed, wish me luck.
वैसे पूजा, पंजाबी फिल्में काफी मशहूर हो रही हैं अब इंटरनेशनली. आई मीन काफी बड़ी प्रोडक्शंस हाउसेस खुल गई हैं पंजाबी सिनेमा में. कभी वहां से कोई ऑफर नहीं आई पंजाब से?
पंजाब से आए थे ऑफर्स, काफी ऑफर्स आए थे, 3-4 मूवीज के आए थे. पर उस समय वो वही फेज चला था मेरी जिंदगी में जहां कुछ लोग थे, यू नो, हु वर नॉट लेटिंग मी वर्क. पर अब आई एम ओपन एंड नाउ थिंग्स आर मच कामर एंड पीपल आर मोर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, यू नो. सो आई होप दैट आई डू साइन अ कपल ऑफ पंजाबी मूवीज, क्योंकि मैंने एक टूर किया था अपने कैलेंडर को लॉन्च करने के लिए ऑल ओवर पंजाब. So I did a 5-city tour. So I went, and all by road, it was a road trip. And I loved it because the people are so warm, the food is so delicious, and everything about Punjab, it's beautiful, it's green, it's lush, it's gorgeous. I'd gone to Chandigarh, then I'd gone to Ludhiana, then I'd gone to Jalandhar, then I'd gone to Patiala, then I'd gone to Amritsar. I've been to Amritsar twice or thrice, and each time I've gone to the Golden Temple. I find that place, like, you know, so amazing. It's so peaceful, so calming, so serene. It's just really, really stunning. तो मैं हमेशा जब भी अमृतसर में हूँ तो मैं गोल्डन टेम्पल जरूर जाती हूँ.
Wow.
So I love Punjab, and I love the Punjabi industry also. I know a couple of people there, and they all have been telling me, you know, you've got very North Indian features. आपको पंजाबी
definitely, क्योंकि इसलिए मैंने मेंशन किया, क्योंकि you got a very Punjabi look. You know, आपकी look काफी पंजाबी. You know, लोग सोचते होंगे यार ये कोई पंजाबी कुड़ी लगती है ये. Well, that's good. That's good to do.
It's on my agenda, पर वही है कि ये कोविड का पूरा सारा नॉर्मलाइज होना चाहिए थोड़ा. Right now, I don't think many movie shoots are taking place, Raman, because even now people are paranoid, the third wave will hit us and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
everyone's working from home or they're running away overseas, where things are more sorted and all of that. So I just hope that things become, safe enough for us to step out and shoot. People have been demanding second season of Lovesutra also from me. But
Oh yes, वो भी mention करना है क्योंकि वो भी काफी लोग पसंद कर रहे हैं because I think he's on the OTT app as well. You can view it on there as well. Yeah, I mean that is very popular now. वो भी काफी लोग पसंद कर रहे हैं इस वक्त.
Yes. So basically, Lovesutra started with a thought which came into my mind when I had female friends and even my own sister complaining about certain issues in life, as far as relationships are concerned. तो मैंने कहा अब क्या करें, कुछ तो करना चाहिए. So I decided to make Lovesutra. That's how Lovesutra was born. Again with the intention to help and empower. That was the only intention. So I made episodes on alcoholism, on slackers, because, in a marriage, I've observed after the honeymoon is over, there's a certain level of comfort that creeps in, which could get annoying because the lady is doing all the hard work and the husband is just vegetating in front of the television or playing video games and not being responsible enough, So that's why I made the episode on slacker. Then I made one on cheaters because cheating is like, everybody can relate to that. Everybody's been through that, who's in a marriage or in a relationship, from the side of the male as well as the female. So it is a phenomenon which immediately connects, Then I made one on sex maniacs because, of course, there are a couple of men who get a lot of love from the women and then they don't have a wife, they have a harem.
Yeah. I know where you're coming from. ऐसे है क्योंकि आजकल social media वैसे पूजा social media is dangerous. हाँ, I mean social media is a bit dangerous क्योंकि आजकल हालात ऐसे हो गए लोगों के कि वो फेक अकाउंट खोल के लड़की का नाम लिख देते हैं और लड़की की डीपी लगा के तो ऑपरेट करता है बंदा. तो बड़ा अजीब सा एक फंडा हो गया है सोशल मीडिया में. सो बच के रहना चाहिए आजकल वैसे.
So that was Lovesutra, and Lovesutra has been on Etisalat, on Singtel, on Hangama Play app, and now we found another OTT platform called Funflix. That's PHUNFLIX. I've conducted a whole survey, Raman, amongst my followers, that on which platform do you want to see Lovesutra? So there were only two platforms they wanted to see it on, Amazon Prime and Netflix. But Netflix, everybody was giving the majority number of votes to. So, Netflix is like a very
time. It's international. Netflix is global.
They've got too many tantrums. So we got the next best thing. We got Funflix, So it's just gone live on Funflix a couple of days earlier. And you have so beautifully designed the posters for it. I love you so much.
Thank you so much, Pooja. I mean, देखो अपनी तरफ से because जितने भी देख रहे हैं शायद उनको पता भी होगा नहीं भी होगा, तो मैं बाय प्रोफेशन ग्राफिक डिजाइनर हूँ. सो मैं हमेशा क्रिएटिविटी रखता हूँ दिमाग में कि क्लाइंट को चाहिए क्या चीज. पहले ही परख लेते हैं यार कस्टमर को ये चाहिए. सो मुझे मालूम था कि आपको कुछ ऐसी चीज ही चाहिए, ऐसी कोई विजन है आपकी. सो मैंने समझ गया था मैं.
No, but you're a very trendy graphic designer. You know the latest trends, and that gives you an edge. I know a million graphic designers, but I don't work like a house on fire with them the way I work with you. So you're my favorite, and that's why.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you so much. क्योंकि देखो एंड डे हमारी तरफ से कोशिश होती है कि यार आप इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं, आप एक नया प्लेटफॉर्म तैयार कर रहे हैं, जितना भी हमारी तरफ से कुछ होता है we're always there to support. तो I'm so thankful कि आपने आज टाइम निकाला. हालांकि आप कंप्लीटली भूल गई थी कि आज हमारी मुलाकात है, राइट? सो आपने काफी
I completely forgot. I completely forgot.
है। सो एनी हाउ कि बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपने टाइम निकाला आज हमारे लिए। आई मीन जाने से पहले जितने भी देखने वाले हैं अपने अंदाज से कुछ नाम ले लें उनके, जो हमें देख रहे हैं। आई मीन वी गॉट, किस किस के नाम ले, लिस्ट इतनी लंबी है पूजा कि क्या बताएं। मलिका बैंस कनाडा से, we've got so many international people here. We've got Malika Banks, we've got Preet Kalsi, we've got, who else we got here? We've got Sharon Virk, यशवर्धन, कई आपके तो बहुत फैन। मैं देखो बड़े प्रोड्यूसरों के साथ बात की है मैंने, बड़े आर्टिस्टों के साथ बात की है, तो यार आपकी फैन फॉलोइंग तो ग्रेट है वैसे। क्योंकि मेरे पास कई लोगों की प्राइवेट मैसेजेस भी आए थे कि यार कि पक्का पूजा मिश्रा लाइव होने वाली है आपके साथ। मैंने कहा हाँ सीरियसली, कि पोस्टर रिलीज हो गया है तो सच्ची होगा। तो काफी लोग एक्साइटेड थे आज। सो आज काफी हद तक काफी सब्जेक्ट्स पे बात हुई है। सो इट्स बीन अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन। तो उम्मीद करते हैं कि आने वाले समय में जो भी आप के प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं सुपर डुपर हिट हों, यू गेन ऑल द सक्सेस, क्योंकि बहुत आप एफर्ट्स डाल रही हैं। सो गॉड ब्लेस। तो आखिर में मैं हमेशा गेस्ट को पूछता हूं कि आखिरी कुछ मैसेज या कोई चीज आपके अपने अंदाज से फैंस को जो कहना है बोलिए आप।
हाँ, जाने से पहले I would like to give a message to all the people who are watching. Firstly, thank you for tuning in. And it was fun being on the live. Raman is my sweetheart. I love him to death. And another thing that I'd like to tell you all, that please follow me on Instagram at Pooja Misra Production. I put up a new video almost every day. And my merchandise, check it out. It's really very, very colorful and quirky. Raman has designed it on Frankly Wearing. Check out my YouTube channels. I've got 2 channels right now. Pooja, What Is This Behavior? And Pooja Misra Live Stream. And also binge watch Lovesutra on Funflix. Download the app wherever in the world you are. I was talking to a girl from America. She was complaining, Pooja, I downloaded Funflix, but I can't see Lovesutra. And then I put up the screenshot of it in my stories, and she said, yes, I got it now. So do binge watch Lovesutra on Funflix and stay connected. Thank you for your love. Keep it coming. That's what keeps me alive, guys.